Hello, it is February 7th, Tuesday, and this is going to be the market recap, see what's going on today, and what I'm looking forward to going into tomorrow. So, pretty crazy day here in the market, starting off with SP 500 futures, the E-minis. As you can see, it was pretty slow, just kind of grinding in a range from right there to right about there, just grinding up and down, up and down, up and down. And then the Fed started to speak, so it's not too surprising for things just to grind around when the Fed's going to speak. And then all of a sudden, bam, there he goes, starts talking right there at, it's at 11:41 a.m. And the market loves it all the way up until 11:57 a.m. Then the market hates it down here until 12:35, and then the market loves it again. And so now it's going on back up. So if you just go over here real quick, you can see all this red right here. That's just the Powell talking when he started talking about it, and those are the things that are going to make the market move up and down by a lot. And so that's what we had today for it. So going over here from yesterday's action, we can see that using yesterday's highs and lows for the upper and lower targets, we can see it came down here, and look at that hit off the lower target almost to the tick down here. It's going to be the orange line, the 1.146 at 40.9850. Came down there, pretty much hit that. Yep, right at 40.9850. So that's been the low of today, and probably will be the low of the day, unless the market really melts down here in the last hour plus for it to go down. And then I'll tell you, let's go to the 5-minute chart. That's easy to see right here. And then going up to the upside, you can see it also hit the upper target for the upside as well. So this is definitely a wild day. That doesn't happen too often, where you get both the upper target and lower target hit within the same day. But both of them did. See, it went up here and hit the upper target, came down here, ticked off lower target, and now it's back up here in the upper target range again. So we'll see if it's going to act as resistance, and it just probably going to trail back lower as the day ends, or it's going to keep on pushing up higher and creating a new high for the market today. But as far as trades go, even though there was a lot of movement, the things I look for within trading, it's okay. I missed a bunch of them, basically, is the way I'm going to put it. I missed a ton of them. I was looking at a couple trades, specifically in oil, because we'll talk about it here in a little bit. But there were some good setups, and of course, I missed just about all of them. So, like looking at this one right here, this was a great trade setup right here. You can see price went up, hit the 3.618 level. That's when I look to get in. So then you just draw this up there to wherever the exit would be. So probably what would have happened if I was in this trade, I probably would have gotten in actually right up pretty close to here, because as you can see, when that would be my entry, 3.618, and then when the 38% gets within probably about a point to it around there, that's 455, so probably 40, 50, probably right around there, point or two away from it, I would have gone ahead and gotten in up here again, or just had a resting order, because since this is the 30% line is the exit, I don't want the 30% line to go above the 3.618, and then that way, I'd be taking a loss in the trade. So probably would have gotten in back here, and if I did, it would have been a great trade. It's another 20-point move right there, but wasn't meant to be. Totally missed it, so don't get in that one. But that one would have been a very nice trade for it. Then there was, I think maybe on the other charts, there were a couple of the Andrew Pitchfork trade. Yeah, no, this one was actually a way better trade than that last one. The Andrew Pitchfork trade is the exit's the same as the last trade. All you do is you look for the retrace back to the 38% line. And the first target you're looking to get into is the green line right here, which is the 6.85, and the second one is 11.89. If price goes up and hits 11.89, then the target moves from the 38 to the 50. But you can see in this one it did not. So it would have been a excellent trade right there to get in right there, and then your exit's right about down over there. So unfortunately I missed that one, but that one was an excellent trade today, and that's probably the trade of the day for it. When price started reversing down, I started looking the other way to see if any of those would come down here and get hit, because I was hoping price is going to fall through with looking for, let's see here, that Let's hoping price is going to continue to move down, go at least to the 1.14, the opposite way down here, and then just kind of rotate around a little bit so I'll be able to get in right there. Fortunately, that did not happen, so neither here nor there. So right now, there's really nothing I'm looking for here for the, let's see what this one looks like right here. Yeah, if this one's going to continue, we would need price to continue just rocket on up over here to be able to hit that green line to get into it, somewhere right over here or something like that for it. And then we'd be just looking for the retracement coming down to the 30% line. But that is it for that for this one. Looking over here in the MFI indicator, see overbought, oversold. You see it's doing it's done exactly about the past 2 or 3 times. It goes from being overbought, down the middle, overbought, down a little bit, overbought, down the middle, overbought, down to the middle, and now price is going up right back. So you can see we have this trend channel going along right here. Price today has not continued this move down lower to go to right here. Price had moved down lower, and so we'll see what happens tomorrow if we get a sell off more so to come down over here, or is price going to do a pivot right there and then move up higher over there. I think it's going to move lower personally. I think it's going to come down to here to the lower trend channel, but the MFI is saying if it continues from what it has been doing, where it goes from overbought, middle, overbought, down a little bit, overbought, middle, overbought, middle, well, it's going to continue going to overbought. So we'll have to see what's going to happen, whether the trend channel holds and it goes from being the hitting the upper line to the lower line, which it had been, upper line down there, kind of waffled around here, upper line down there, or if the MFI is going to hold. Like I said, overbought, middle, overbought, down, overbought, middle, overbought, down the middle, was going to go back to overbought. So that's what we're looking for in the S&P 500. We'll go over here and look at right now the Russell 2000 right here. If we can see it's coming off from being overbought, getting close to being oversold, hasn't made down there yet. I talked about yesterday how I was thinking that since price was coming down and was on the lower channel of this trend line right here, and you can see it had busted above the upper trend line. A lot of times what happens is price will, when it extends over past one way of the trend channel, when it goes back the other way, it'll extend past the other way as well. So that's what I was looking for. Obviously that did not happen. Price has bounced off of it neatly right there. So we'll see if it will continue to move up to the upper side of the trend channel without this coming down and getting filled for it. Maybe this one, since this one overshot it right here, maybe that's the overshot that kind of took its place. It overshot down here and came back and overshot right there. So maybe that was it right there. So it makes a little bit more sense why this is bouncing off and moving back up to this trend channel right there. But when eventually this breaks down to the downside, then what we'll look for is some type of consolidation for a little bit before we see if price will continue up out of the consolidation or if it will start a downtrend out of the consolidation. But the next thing we're going to look for is eventually, like, say that's going to be the high and this is going to be kind of the low down here. See if this breaks out of it and it just waffles around and creates some consolidation before it decides on its next move, because that's typically what happens. I mean, you can see, like, look at this one right here. We have going up, this channel going up, but then what we have is we have a little bit of time of consolidation right there. You can see it broke out of the trend channel. I'll get that one off of it. I'll tell you what, I'll just hide that one. You see we had that trend channel going up, price broke out of it, kind of consolidated for a little bit, but now it's moved back up and is making another leg higher and has created that last trend channel that I just hid from there. Where'd it go? There it is, and it's creating that trend right there. So we'll look for eventually price to break out of this trend channel to the downside and create some consolidation before we see what's going to do next. Let's go over the 5-minute chart. Kind of the same thing I was looking for the S&P 500. It's been very similar movement for the past week or so, or 2 weeks, from the Russell 2000 and the S&P 500. Crazy day when the Fed started speaking again. It went up, then went down. There's the trend line. You can see down here from what we're looking for, the target areas today. See price came down here, hit this earlier in the day, right when the market opened, and used the 1.14 as kind of the base for it. Blew on up higher, and then came back down again, used the 1.14 as support again, and now has rocketed back off of it. So in the Russell 2000, the downside target is hit. Our upside target probably won't be hit today unless next hour really takes off up here up to 1996.2. It's currently at 1968, so that probably won't happen. But as you can see, the past couple of days right here, the market has been in a downtrend, and even though the market is up slightly for Russell 2000 at was about 0.18% right there, it still is in a downtrend. And let me draw from the highs, although it has kind of broken out of it right there. You can see it's in kind of a downtrend. I guess you could move this up a little bit, but we'll just keep it right there for now. It's kind of how it was, but you can see it had been in downtrend, but now it looks like it has broken out of it. We'll see if we get follow through, or if this is just a breakout here at the upside, and then we can expect a big sell-off down here, and it breaks off down here to the downside for it right there. But since we have that longer term trend channel down here and price is busted out of this shorter term right there, makes a little bit more sense that price would move up to the upper trend channel, since that's more of the major trend channel rather than this one right here. Going over to the Dow Jones right here. Again, another crazy day for the Dow Jones. You see this one's a lot different the past couple of days for the Dow Jones compared to the Russell 2000, where the Russell 2000 has had several down days in a row. The Dow Jones really hasn't. It's just been like sideways, sideways, down, and now another sideways, which is going to end up being an up day for it. If we take a look at the targets that we were looking for, the spots, we can see the downside target did not come get hit, came on close, did not. Upside target did come up here and get hit before it sold off, and now it's coming right into that territory here again. Let's remove this thing out of the way right there. Going over to the 1 minute chart, because that's one thing I was looking for, was this setup right here, which came nowhere near close of getting hit for it. So then the other one, currently looking forward into going to tomorrow, which won't get hit unless there's a big continuation move up in the market. You know, price is currently at 34,140. Let's say it closes here, ramble on during the nighttime. Let's go to the 5 minute chart and make it easier to see. Ramble on during the nighttime, usually not a whole lot of movements. You know, probably end up somewhere like right in here, assuming it didn't go up or down too much. Good look to get in there, and then say wherever it hits the green line right there, assuming once it breaks the side, doesn't retrace down 30% line, the target would be the 30% line right there for it. But that's basically the only thing right there for the Dow Jones. Looking forward to going to tomorrow. The target should be, assuming this high holds, would be about 34,291, and then 33,582 to the downside for the Dow Jones. But this is really the only trade setup currently that is really looking forward to, because using the Fibonacci trade setup, the entry as soon as this one breaks this high right here, let's move in a little bit, as soon as if this breaks this high right here, then if it goes up to hitting the 3.618 before the 30% retracement all the way up here, that'd be the target I'm looking for. But that's pretty far away. Yeah, that's 1,400 ticks away. So that's, unless something major happens between tonight and tomorrow when the market opens to midday, I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see the MFI real quick. MFI is being very close to being overbought again. You can see it came out from being slightly overbought, kind of waffled around a little bit, and is getting close to being overbought again. So you can see over here is overbought, and then we had that sell-off down to right here, and then became oversold. Actually became oversold way up over here. Took it a while for it to get out of it, and then it finally got some steam, went up to being oversold right here. Sold off just very slightly, is now getting close to being that's overbought, and getting overbought again. So see if it does reach the overbought, if we finally get a deeper retracement and get back down to the oversold levels for that one. You know, I'm sorry, and that was, yeah, that's right. Okay, going over into oil right here, the MFI indicator, oil still middle no man's land, so nothing really shows right there. Using the trade setup, the MFI right here, we are having just a blowout today here in oil. because based upon yesterday's high and low right here, there's the high and low. You see price came up here in the overnight session, hit the target really nicely, and that, you can see the arrow to where they're trying to get out of, because actually, as I mentioned yesterday, the exit, which I don't think it showed I was in that trade, but I was in that trade, it came and hit the 50% target right there, because what we were looking for was the 1 minute chart here, because I believe that's what it was off of. You know what, this doesn't go back far enough, does it? Nope, it does not. Let me take off the green ones and let's see here. It goes back further. Oh, you know what, it wasn't even that one, it was this. This is what I was looking at. That's it right there. So that was the first feature to get in. Price got right there, and then price kept going lower, but luckily it did go a little bit lower, but not low enough to take it out of, get close enough to take it out of the entry. And then once it hits the red line, the exit moves from 30% to the 50%, which is right there, the black line. So I just had my exit right here, slightly lower than the 50%, just to make sure you get out. Went up there and hit it last night, so that was a nice trade for that one. And then today, for instance, price is just, it's a complete blowout today here on the target levels. See here it hit the 1.14, waffled around here for a little while, but then today price has just shot out of it since about 9:50, 10 a.m. Central Time, from 75.60 at 77.17 right now. Yeah, so just a blowout day from the target levels for it. And so yeah, definitely oil now in this past 2 days is in a definite uptrend right there, and so that does give us enough ammunition to create a nice little trend channel right there for it. And we can see it's bumped up here again off this trend line. So if this holds, and say this is actually the true kind of trend channel and not this point right here, which doesn't look like it is. Looks like this one is going to be right about there. Then tomorrow, look for maybe a retracement down here in the oil market, going down here to at least that side, to the bottom side of the trend channel for it. And then there is one trade potentially, but again, I don't think that one's going to go up and look for the target. I'm looking for it to get hit. It'd be up here all the way at 79.72, because as you can see, when price broke this high right here, I was looking for, you just look for the retracement, going back to 30%, which would be the green line. Let's change that to pullback. So it didn't even come close to hitting the green line right here, right there. So we just keep drawing it up, and that is the target we're looking for. So if the high currently holds right here, the target we're looking for would be $75.39. Hopefully, which would be really nice. Price continues to move up. It's 79.72. You can get in short right there, and then just keep drawing the Fibonacci retracement up and having the 30% line being the target. But that's really the only trade, I believe. Let's see what this one looks like. The Andrews Pitchfork trade setup. Actually, you know what? Wow, this is a way better. I didn't see that. All right, let's look at this one instead. Yeah. This one, so when price hits the green line right here, you can go ahead and get short. Okay, so that's one thing I will be looking at doing right there. Price hits the green line for it. Again, we'll just make sure that once that broke right there, the 38 never came back and got hit. Because actually earlier today, I'll show you in the Dow Jones real quick. I tricked myself and I had to get out of a trade real quick, I think just for a slight loss, just because I didn't realize it had come back and hit the 30% line. Yeah, it hasn't hit it, so yeah. So price comes up. When price comes up and hits that green line, hopefully it does pop up a little bit more. I'll be looking to go short and write it down to the 30% line. Let's say, for instance, get in like right here. Let's say at that level right there. That'd be my short entry. And then I'd be looking to get in again, probably, what is that, at 77.48. Probably somewhere right around there. So even if because even if price came up to this level right up here and didn't hit my entry that I had, say I had an entry, literally right on that level right there, price come up to right here, couple ticks away from it, it would still be enough. It came down and hit it. It would give me not a huge profit, but it would give you about 24, 25 ticks there in oil. So not the best trade, but hey, but obviously not worse than losing. But if it does go up and hit that, then that's great. It just moves my break even up, be up around here somewhere. And then if price does come up and continues and hits the red line up there, then the exit moves to the 50% line, which is the black line right there for it. So that is a trade that I am looking for here in oil. So we'll see if this comes and goes and gets hit. There's less than an hour now left for it, so seriously doubt that's going to happen because it's at 77.18. That'd be what, about 77.63. So that's probably not going to happen. So probably look like the overnight session, looking to get in short to it. May just wait until the morning to see if there is continuation and price moves up, get in at a better price for it. But that is oil. Long term, MFI, yeah, middle of nowhere, nothing doing anything. I did do another video earlier today regarding a long term or longer term forecast for oil, and basically what I said was I think oil is going to eventually retrace down to this green line right here, which is $65.13. But of course, as I made the video, oil is up, saying, and I expect oil to move down this level. Oil is up $3 today for over 4% gain for it. So that's usually how it goes. But I think eventually we look for, assuming this high holds up here at $130-ish, I'll look for the retracement to come down to at least to about $65.12. Of course, it can go lower, but that's the target I have for it. So anyways, that is the video today. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.